So I'm back again for a second week. Today I'm actually a day late on getting this up for you guys. I work in an admissions office at a university, so we have a conference the past few weeks, so I've had really just long work days. I won't complain about that, but I just wanted to let you know that that is why I did not put this up yesterday. That said, I obviously am no longer a free-to-play character. At first glance, I just want to go ahead and let you guys know how I am paying for what you're seeing, both for cosmetic overrides and my pet and the membership itself. I'm gifting bonds to this character from my main character, and that's how I had an extra. I bought maybe I think it was like 9 bonds or so. So I still have some coins left, not much, but a few. And I'm saving those for a rainy day. In the bank now, this is I try to have it organized slightly, but you know when you're quick when you're doing something, sometimes it just happens and you kind of just put things in there. So this is all from I pick up mostly everything. I've already sold quite a bit of the stuff that I've gotten this past week, but this is pretty much what I've got. And so I actually should be selling quite a bit of this right now to a shop, but I'm going to do that later. What I am going to do though is I am going to go ahead and go to the statue in the Varrock Museum, and we'll see if I can turn those in because I don't want those sitting in my bank when I can be getting experience. Um, So in other news, in fact, I'm actually going to the second half of this video use the TUSKA World Event. Go ahead and do that for you guys. You guys can see that if you haven't already. I'm sure you have, but you know what? Hey, that's actually how I got the. I was 5 agility at the beginning of the event, and I'm 30 now, and that was from about an hour, maybe a little less than an hour of gameplay at the event. So the event is actually quite useful, and I really do enjoy it. There's some people giving it gripe and some messing with it already. They don't like it, and that's fine. You know, everybody has their thing, but I enjoy it. I really do. I think it's fun. I think that the actual event that happens on the hour for 20 minutes is actually kind of cool. There's loads of experience to be gained from doing that, from different skills, but you know, we'll see. All right, so Maurice Giste and Caden Arzo is going to be who we turn these into. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this already. For free-to-play players who are not members, this is basically a statue that you can build, I believe, twice a week. Uh, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. And basically, with several, there's several skills that you can get 2 rocks, 2 strange rocks, to add to this statue to get more experience in that skill. Alright, here we go. And those are the pieces that I have. That's woodcutting and fishing and fletching and thieving and cooking and mining. And there we go. And I still need this last one from, I believe, I don't actually know what that's from. Alright, so let's go ahead and take on this TUSKA event and see. Because if you haven't done it yet, when you home teleport, there's a magnifying glass in the top right corner, and you can go ahead and do that. Um, Actually, I'm getting someone messaging me now. Pardon me 1 second, guys. Okay, so if you have not tried TUSKA yet, this is exactly what it looks like. You're actually on her back when you spawn here from teleporting. And over here on the left-hand side after you spawn, on the west side, you have Wizard Chambers, and he's who you talk to start the event. And when the event starts, you'll jump off of here. The event starts another 18 and 19 minutes for here. Uh, but basically, he's where you turn in your TUSKA uh, little things. I forget what they're called. I am so sorry. For more reward points. These parasites back here give you great Slayer experience. Actually, I believe it's 80 experience. It might be scaled to your level, so correct me if I'm wrong. But they give you experience for Slayer. These guys over here are the different factions for the gods, including the god list. So we have Saradomin and Zarek, Armadil, and the god list. Excuse me. So, okay, you align with a god. And then this is my favorite part. This is the agility and woodcutting experience. You literally just balance on the spine, and you gain agility experience. Now, how this works is there's a little electricity sparkling on the spine that I'm currently balancing on, and uh, if you decide to get fast experience per hour, if you'd like to get fast experience, you're going to have to constantly get off and follow this electricity around, because otherwise you'll get a slow stream of experience versus a fast, fairly quick one. Okay, so um, and then that's the agility experience. Next is going to be woodcutting, and these are literally right here. You practically just click chop quill, and your character begins to chop away. Um, from those. So it's a very decent experience. Like I said, I went from maybe 5 to 30 within the hour, so it's quite good experience. The people aren't very chatty today, it doesn't seem, but they usually can get quite friendly, which is a very nice turnout. So I can go ahead and come back when the event has started again. So I will see then. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, the event is ready to begin, and all of these little pylons have covered. You can no longer do any of the activities over here. The parasites will be unattackable, and you can't do anything unless you actually participate in the event. So I'm going to go ahead and just bank these because I don't want to turn those in just yet. I have to dismiss my follower because you cannot carry those into the event, and we are ready to go. So you can go ahead and just jump over this space here. Unless you want to be with a particular set of friends, in which all of you could go talk to Wizard Chambers and set that up. You can do this alone or with random people. When you're in this space waiting, it can be with either set, random people or alone. It doesn't actually affect your how well you're doing, but that's just for you. As of right now, it looks like I'm alone, so we'll see what happens. So there are 4 islands in this event, and you go to each of the islands each time the event is played. And how that works is this first island, each island you go to is completely random when you go to it. But we happen to get this one first. This is one where you can do hunter experience, construction experience, and so we're going to go ahead and look at that. The construction experience is you're building these pylons to attract the electricity, and eventually enough lightning strikes the pylons and they break again. So it's about to happen over here. And then when it does, you get this little sentient lightning that you can lure into the unstable core, to power up this new god weapon up here. And then you go ahead and transfer your residual electric charge to this, and you just continue to build pylons, divert lightning strikes, which are these little targets on the ground. I'll show you in a second if one pops up. Um, there we go. You can divert lightning target, and that the lightning spawns here. And so instead of spawning, it'll divert the lightning into the core and grant some hunter experience. So you get hunter experience for diverting the lightning and for luring these sentient lightnings in, and you get construction experience for building the shattered pylons. So we're going to go ahead and just continue to do this. Basically, on each of the 4 islands, you have a chance to gain 25% power to the anima, which is this here rod weapon thing. Uh, the higher percentage, the better, because that will be indicative of how many reward points you receive by the end of the event. And like I said earlier, the event goes every hour on the hour, and it lasts for about 20 minutes. And during that 20 minutes, you have a chance to jump in and take part in the event, and you need to take care of everything you need to take care of in that time. However, I've noticed that once you've started the event and you're good to start the event, it is timed, however, so you do have to make sure that you're trying to get 25% as fast as possible, because as this little progress to TUSKA makes closer and closer and closer, you have limited time to actually gather your power. So I'll go ahead and speed this part up now until we get to the next island. All right, so any moment now we're going to be we're going to just kind of just jump into space into the next island, and you'll see what that sort of looks like. Okay. It literally stops you from what you're doing, and you kind of just jump. There we go. See? All right, and so our next island could be any of the remaining three, and it's, oh, okay, this is actually one of my favorites. So in this one, there's a tree in the center, and there's little green plants on the sides randomly in random locations, and your job is to nurture these roots to those locations. And how you nurture them is that you complete the activities, either attacking these tentacles, cutting some giant roots that pop up, which they have not popped up yet, or mining from fallen rocks. And each of those activities grants you some herbs that you can crush into little salts that you then use to nurture the roots. Here we go. I'm going to wait to use the combat because those things can do lots of damage very quickly, so I wouldn't recommend fighting them unless you actually have protection against them ranged maybe, or are a high enough level. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop these vines. The preferred way to actually get these herbs, what are they called? Mysterious herbs. They actually come a lot quicker from falling rocks. Like I can get a good 15 to 20 of them fairly quickly from those, and so on. So basically, the point of this island is to gather as many herbs as possible, nurture the roots to the green plants. Once you nurture them to the plant, a small little tree will pop up with some fruit on it, and you can gather a seed from the tree and return it back to this tree here, bringing this tree to life. And as it comes more to life, you're powering the anima more so. So you get up percentages just by gathering herbs here, but the main percentage increase comes from nurturing the roots. In fact, it will take a very long time to actually gain your 25% for this island if you're not nurturing those roots. So I highly recommend doing that. So let's go ahead and crush these into this mysterious crushed herb. And we will, actually, I want to take advantage of that while that's here. So I'm going to go ahead and mine this fallen rock and just show you how fast we can get these herbs here. And it's quite good mining experience. I believe it's scaled, I could be wrong, but I think most of the stuff through this event is scaled for your level. So there we go. That was not as much as I was expecting, so now that looks dumb. Alright. So you can just click on nurture, and you literally just nurture it all the way until it gets to this plant here. So obviously these things go a lot quicker when you have other people there. There we go. Alright, collect seed from energy plants, return seed to tree. You can only collect one seed per tree that you create. However, you have, every time you create one tree over here, another green little plant pops up. So, I guess ultimately there's an endless supply of trees and seeds you can gather. However, you have a limited time to do this. So I'm at 34%, but I'm halfway to the next island, so I need to hurry because this is getting a bit close. And I will speed this up until the end of the island. Alright, so any second now, we're going to be transported to the third island. I'm just finishing up, gaining some experience here. So as you nurture these roots, you're getting some good farming experience. Again, that's scaled, and as these trees pop up, you get more experience as well. I'm going to actually have to take care of this vine that's in the way, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do that. Yep, nope, I do not. Okay. So the third island, this one is, okay, so this one has two parts to it. I actually probably will not be showing you the second part, as I'm honestly a bit skeptical to be doing the combat portion just because of my hardcore nature, so I do not want to die. I'm not sure if you can die yet in this and be fine as a hardcore character, so do not try it and blame me. Basically, this first portion up top, you can do up top, and you can climb down this rock face to the bottom. So on the top level here, you take from the fire from the holy fire, and it gives you this torch, and your torch lasts, I think the length it lasts depends upon your fire making level. I currently last about 30 seconds. My main character lasts a minute, but you take the fire from holy fire, you wield the torch that has the holy fire, and then you begin burning these tentacles here for some magic damage. But basically, you get a steady flow of fire making experience while you're doing this. But this is one way to build your anima power during this island. The second way, the way which I will not actually be showing you, is when you climb down this rock face, there are 3 graves to dig from and an altar here. Interact with the altar before you dig in the graves, and you'll get a little omen symbol looking thing. So you take that, you go over, you just left click, dig a grave, and your character will actually jump through the grave into a sort of alternate plane, a lot like the Summer's quests, like the Summer's End and Summer's Plague quests. You're in like a spirit plane, and then you climb back up the rock face while in this plane, and there are a bunch of spirits here. And the point is to release the orange spirit. There's orange and blue ones. There's one orange and several blue. And the blue ones are tormented, and the orange is the one that you need to release. So you can release the orange one, and that will power your little sigil-looking thing that you have in your inventory. And once you do that, you'll be released from the plane, and a tormented soul will attack you, and you have to defeat it. Once you defeat it, you become the tormented soul, and on the south corner of this island, a blue beam will appear. You have to go enter that blue beam to be released from the tormented soul, and you'll start again, and you can climb back down the rock face and repeat the whole process. So those are the two activities down in this island, and I'm going to speed it up until the end of the island. Alright, so I'm back again. We're about to go to the final island, and I've already reached my 25% for this island as well. And I'm just getting the remaining fire-making experience as I can while I'm here. So I have leveled twice since I've been here, and I don't think I'm actually going to make the next level because it looks like I'm about to leave in just a second, but I'll get very close. We'll see what happens. But I was 40 fire making when I started the event 2 days ago, so this is not bad. Oh, and I did actually make the level. Look at that. There we go. So not bad at all. There we go. Alright, so the final island actually consists of 4 little islands itself, and this is dungeoneering, divination, and agility experience. So basically there are these active runestones and inactive runestones, dormant runestones, and you want to have to traverse to the active ones by balancing and climbing and doing these different things. And so they give you different agility experiences for doing the different obstacles, as well as this final one up here is a chip off of Gatestone, and I believe this gives you the dungeoneering experience. Again, this is all scaled to your level. And so, yep, dungeoneering experience. And so ideally you're going to be doing this island with other people, and when there are other people on this island, each of you is the Gatestone, like you can teleport to each other, because basically what happens is as that goes away, the island that you were just previously on is now the active one, but you cannot go backwards. You have to continue to go in the same clockwise direction. And so they added the teleport feature as a means to sort of maybe more quickly teleport to the active runestones, as and not everybody has the same runestone active at the same time. So basically, as you're playing with other people, you will at some point be the teleporting location, and at times not be the teleporting location. So you have a chance here to get some mining experience, but I'm going to just skip that as I want to make sure that I go ahead and get the 25% for the island before before I go ahead and waste time doing anything else. So like I said, the runestone becomes the previous island that I was just on, so I have to continuously go back around. Not a super big deal as you're getting agility and dungeoneering experience as you do so. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up until the end of the island. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and come back now. We're going to be teleported to TUSKA in just a moment. I'm at 97%. This runestone should go ahead and put me at 100. If not, I doubt I'll make it because this is cutting it very close. I did get a divination level from this, so like I said, it is very good experience, and I made 100. That's perfect. Okay, there we go, 100%. So now, again, I can just continue to go around and gather experience by charging the runestones, by balancing and climbing these things here, etc. The bar is at 100. It has this cool little flowing blue energy. The spear is now completely charged, and here we go. So when you teleport, you land on Tuska's tusk, and you have to traverse up the tusk towards Tuska's face, and you actually then, when you reach this point, will click climb Tooth, but really what you're doing is swimming up Tuska floating up in space to the top of Tuska. And you're going to come and attack one of these weak spots. It can be any one of them, to be honest. But you just stab one, your alignments sort of phrase will happen. You'll stab Tuska, you'll do some damage. Your reward points are now there, and then you will be re-brought into the back on her back to the event itself. So that was the event. I can go ahead and show you really quickly the reward shops, as I have some points here to buy the next piece of the Tuska armor. Reward shop. Go to your alignment, and I already have the gloves, so I'm going to go ahead and buy the boots. But I'll do that later. So basically, guys, thanks for joining. It's been a lot of fun. See you guys next week. My character is 14 days old, and so on 21 days, I will put up the next video. And see where I'm at. Appreciate the likes and the subscriptions, and I'll see you guys next week.